Hey Mawwalker, recently a leak has gone out indicating that a 9.1.5 patch is soon to hit the PTR, and seeing as there has been a lot of bad stuff going around lately in the community, I think and I hope that Blizzard will be taking a big step in 9.1.5 towards doing something that the community actually wants to happen for the game. Therefore, in today's video, I will be ranking my top 5 of updates that I want to come live in 9.1.5. Let's kick it off with number 5, Abolishment of the Covenant System. You know a system is bad when removing it or changing it is on your top 5 list of content updates. What I wish for the Covenant system is for it to be easier changeable without having it to waste days of playtime to catch up to speed in terms of conduits, renown, campaign quests, and even the Covenant buildings. The only real solution to this problem long term is a complete removal of the Covenant system. But if I were to give my bets on how to fix it short term, we're talking Shadowlands. To a state where I would be okay with it, I would do something like this. Make all renown progress account wide and make it possible to instantly change your covenant without any time gating, just like with talents, so that if you have a main with a maxed Venthyr renown and an alt with a maxed Necrolord renown, both your main and your alt would be able to switch back and forth from Venthyr and Necrolord without having to grind renown to be able to use your conduit trees and stuff. And you would still have completed all the content that there is to complete for each covenant. You just wouldn't have to get 80 renown with 4 covenants on every single character that you want to play optimally. In short, the covenant system is restricting as hell for people who like to experiment with different abilities, and especially for people who play both PvP, Mythic Plus, and raiding. It's just making it less fun and more time consuming. I myself, I do everything. I PvP, I PvE, I do Mythic Plus, and I do raids. And as a warrior, I want to be Venthyr for PvP. I want to be Night Fae for Mythic Plus. I want to test out Kyrian for raiding. Like, it's just really restricting because I can only choose one at a time. Also, as a mount farmer, you have so many mounts locked behind a fucking covenant, and some of them takes months of progression in a covenant specific system to obtain, which to me is just ridiculous. Also in Korthia, they have made 4 rare spawns slash events that only drop mounts for their specific covenant related to the event. Like, why? Why? I want them all and I want to be able to use them all. I already found it annoying but understandable that I couldn't use my horde mounts. But now you're saying you added 4 more factions to my mount collection so that I can't use the 40 mounts that I want to collect or already have collected in some cases. It's just an insane concept to me. So, yeah, my number 5, I'm really hoping to see a huge change to this system in 9.1.5. Even though this change would be happily welcomed for me, I also have to say that if this is the only major change, I would be heavily disappointed because fixing a system is not supposed to be new content. Number 4, Timewalking Level Up. Timewalking is a really good concept to make use of old content in a fun and engaging way. The rewards are mostly cosmetic, and you have the infinite time reveal to farm for as well. And all in all, it's just a rather nice experience to run an old nostalgic dungeon with a friend you used to play with a lot in that era. But it could be so much more. The tuning for time walking is currently way off. I feel like they could easily scale it up to make it a bit of a challenge, or maybe just implement a heroics or a mythic mode for people who are looking for a challenge and want to experience the actual mechanics of back then. And then they could add some extra rewards for this as well. Next up, I want them to add all the raids of this specific expansion time walk when they're doing a time walk. As for an example, instead of only having Black Temple when it's the Burning Crusade time walking, we should have the Eye, Gruul's Lair, McTheridan's Lair, the Water Raid, and Black Temple all in one. This is such a missed opportunity. And again, you shouldn't have to do the raids, but just give it some cosmetic reward the first time you do the raids, or maybe an achievement for completing all the raids once, rewarding you with the title Time Walker or something like that. It would be awesome, and people would be flocking to time walking raids at least one time for each raid. And I think a lot of people would enjoy it as long as it's tuned right, because the raids are amazing. However, I don't think we will be getting any of this anytime soon. So what I'm currently hoping for is the implementation of Legion time walking as a first step for 9.1.5, with a unique mount and some awesome cosmetics, and hopefully Nighthold as the raid. Number 3, secret riddle mounts. Lucid Nightmare, Fathom Dweller, Riddler's Mindworm, the Hive Mind, Nashatar Blood Serpent, Slime Serpent, even Bound Shadehound, and the Hand of Nil Ganymed. I, for one, really like exploring and trying to figure out how to get these. Even though most of the time I'm not really helping whatsoever, I still like the mystery and the exploration that I do when I try to figure these out. So please give me another riddle mount in patch 9.1.5, and please make it really long and interesting riddle that makes you go to all corners of every map to do stuff. Make us solve puzzles, find caves, dress up as specific characters, make us crash parties, bribe priests, and get in a bar fight or some shit. Or make a sub to this channel because we want to see all my future content. That would be awesome. Number 2, PvP solo queue. You wait for a partner for 30 minutes to queue up for your group. You queue up, you get one shot by a booster, the partner leaves. You have now wasted 35 minutes. And this is a very common issue. And the easy fix would be solo queue. Also, like, how come any other game with an active PvP community in it has a solo queue mode? At this point, it's really just embarrassing, and it makes everyone just think, why? Everybody wants it, and it will fix a ton of problems with PvP. It will help friendless people like myself to find people to play with, and it will reduce waiting time, increase playing time. It's going to spike the participants in PvP, and it will stay above its current high forever, in my opinion. Just give it to us already. It can't really be that hard to make a solo queue when random phone games can make a solo queue mode. Number 1, solo duo PvE challenge. Some of the content that I have loved the most over the years in World of Warcraft is definitely solo challenges. I am talking Mage Tower, of course, Brawler's Guild, the Warlock challenge for the Green Fire, and even the Slime Serpent was fun. It would be easy for Blizzard to resurrect the Brawler's Guild, add some new encounters and some new rewards, and you would see tons of players flocking to test their ability in overcoming a challenge. What I really hope is, of course, that they would make something entirely new and that it comes with a unique reward. And I would love for it to be so challenging that only a very low percentage of players ever even complete it, because people love a challenge. And if nothing is a challenge in the game, then why would you have to get better at the game? And when people get better at something, it usually becomes more fun. And if you got a nice mount as a reward, I will be there all day until I succeeded. I can tell you that for sure. They could even make it a duo experience with different encounters and rewards depending on the roles of the two players. So that if you queue as a DPS partnered up with a healer, the encounter would be focused around those two roles. There's just so many possibilities with this, and honestly, I like it so much that I have the audacity to say that if they implemented a solo or duo challenge with every single major patch, absolutely no one would ever complain about this. That's it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a comment below letting me know what your top 5 is and why, or just leave a sub, like, and comment for Mr. Algorithm. Thank you very much for watching. Bye.